Hey guys, this is Ada, and today I want to come in and talk a little bit about communication. Now, this is going to be my therapeutic side kicking in, guys. Um, but I've noticed I've worked in many different organizations, and I've just been an observer. And the biggest issues that we have in relationship is the way we communicate our needs or lack of communication, because all behavior says something. I had a professor to say when I was working on my degree about all behavior says something. We not only use our words to say things, most of us use our behavior. It may be a look, it may be a passive aggressive behavior, but those um, things communicate something. So, guys, today we're going to focus on the 3 types of communication, which is assertive communication, which means we say what we mean what we say, and we know how to say it in a way that is productive. Then we have passive communication, where we may kind of hint toward what we want, but we don't say directly what we want. And then we have aggressive, where we say what we want, but we say it aggressively where others may be threatened. So with that being said, guys, sometimes if things are not working, and we need to kind of check, have we really communicated what we want? Now, if we're dealing with someone who may be narcissistic or what have you, it doesn't matter how you communicate it, it's not going to matter. So we know that's just toxic. All we can do is get away from that. But we know if the average person, if we communicate our needs or wants or desires in a way that's productive, we may get good feedback, we may get a decent response, or we may get a response. But the average in the average environment, work environment, home environment, there is a lot of miscommunication. And I've noticed this over and over again. And I feel the root of that problem is fear. People fear being direct, and they feel like the people who are direct, they may misconstrue that as that person being mean. So that person kind of have to oppress themselves, bring themselves down and skirt around because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So with that being said, guys, think about, how are we communicating our needs? Are we being direct and assertive and telling people what we need, want, and deserve? Or we allowing people to communicate with us in a manner that's assertive? Now, the most hurtful way, I think, that people communicate is through passive aggressive behavior. And I think these behaviors are learned behaviors. A lot of times, if you grow up in an environment and nobody really say what they mean or mean what they say, but they kind of hint around to what they want, well, it's hard to know what that person wants. And for a child, it's hard to learn how to communicate effectively when you haven't been around anyone that knows how to communicate their needs. I mean, yeah, they might cuss somebody out to tell them what they need, which is aggressive, or they might just skirt around and hint toward with no direct communication. You kind of have to guess what they want, You kind of have to maybe predict what they want, guess. And if you ask them what they want, they will say, well, I wanted this, but it don't matter. So that's very confusing for young people. So a lot of times, guys, if we haven't had a good model of how to communicate, our needs and wants and desires, sometimes those needs and wants may go lacking because we don't know how to approach the situation, or we may feel like we're going to offend someone. So we just keep quiet and we just suppress all that. Or we, in kind of like the home that I grew up in, there may not have been direct communication unless there was alcohol involved, and there's no put down on my parents. They were who they were. They were, they did the best they can. I thank God for them. But, sometimes people have to get what they call that nip in order to tell you what they want. Then they bold. And then it's not going to come out too good, And so that may cause damage, to someone. So what I'm saying is communication, guys, is detrimental to our lives and how our lives turn out, and knowing how to communicate, knowing how to receive people who are assertive or direct without labeling, oh, they're mean. No, they're just a little direct. Now, I'm not talking about rude. I'm not talking about aggressive, but you being able to directly communicate what you want to need is a much needed skill in today's world. So guys, with that being said, if this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you feel someone else can benefit, please share it.